Hey everybody, just want to do a little intro shop tour here. Welcome to my channel. My name's Chris. We're going to do a little walkthrough of what all we got going on here, some projects I have going on. Really the main reason I made this channel was to show some stuff of how I do my projects. They're not necessarily always the right way, as you'll see, but we usually figure stuff out, usually about the third, fourth time we go through it. Lots of revisions on parts. And so forth, but yeah, we'll walk you through and show you some stuff. So first up we have here is a piece I acquired about a month ago. This is a 1955 South Bend 16-inch lathe. I drove about 4 hours to get this thing, did some rather sketchy stuff to get it unloaded from the truck, but we got it in here. Made some parts already for some bikes, so I'm gonna show you in a minute. But as you see, it definitely needs some love. We have a rebuild kit for it, and at some point we're gonna tear into this thing and see if we can't pretty it up a bit. As we call it, Fabrication Corner, which is a disaster right now. Still in the process of cleaning stuff up and organizing it more. As some of you know that do projects, as you go through projects, you find flat surface, and that's where parts and pieces accumulate. I got my little Hobart MIG and my trusty MIG Synchro back there. Do a lot of TIG work with that. Still trying to refine those processes, but we're getting there. This is my latest project. This is a 1980 Shovelhead. It was an FXE. It's now technically an FX because there's no electric start or really any electronics on it. It's pretty bare bones. It does have a 79 motor in it, open belt drive, so on and so forth. When we got this thing, for the most part, it was there. The basic structure was there. We had put some different tires on it, put a front brake set up, did all electrical, all the plumbing, put a headlight and whatever on it. So currently working on the 4 controls. This is a rear brake pedal I made on the lathe. It was actually the first project we did on it. But it's all stainless, pretty simple for the most part. This is the next step on it here is to make a foot clutch. As you see back there with the arm, I still gotta tweak that a bit to clear the chain and belt drive. We have the front mount plate in place. Still trying to figure out exactly where I want to mount the pedal and do all the arms and levers and all that sort of junk. It's really the last thing we have left on this Shovelhead in order to get it on the road. After that, it's really just nut and bolt because the guy I bought it from, it seems like he threw a bunch of parts together. And still trying to find surprises here and there on exactly what he did. So after that, this is the first bike I did a full build on, more or less. This is a 94 Sporty. Bought this thing about a year ago. So we fabricated everything on it so far. The rear Sissy Bar. We did the down tubes. It's now 4 up. It's about 40 degrees of rake. The only thing we haven't built on this was I didn't do the hardtail. It's a TC Bros hardtail that the guy had already had welded on. But as you see, we're in the midst of building an oil tank, battery box. We had original plans with a round tank, and like most of my projects, I change my plans and ideas several times throughout the build, and this is where it's at now. The motor is back here on the bench. It's been fully rebuilt. It's got black powder coat covers and it's ready to go. Just keep it on there because I've already scratched it a couple times. So really the next process for that is fully welding the frame, getting it all back into a roller, finishing that oil tank, and then from there on just finishing it. But that's kind of like my third project right now. This is Klaus, the shop dog, doing his thing, chewing on sticks, getting mischievous like usual. This is our back burner project. Maybe one day we'll get to this thing. This is a 1950 Ford shoebox. Technically it's a sedan, even though it's a 2-door, but the coupes had smaller rear windows, so these are more of a what they consider a sedan car. For this guy, I got an Ford 888 out of an Explorer in the back that's just sitting in there. We're gonna make a jig and shorten that thing up. We'll make a video about it whenever we do it, because quite frankly, I've never done it. We've seen a bunch of videos, and we're gonna figure it out. This over here is the motor for that thing. This is a 1955, well, technically a Hemi. It's all done up, it's refreshed. Got it from a guy a couple hours south of us. He had it rebuilt and whatnot, but it's a heavy boat, so at some point we'll get to that thing. And this is currently my number 2 project. This is a 91 Golf Volkswagen that we brought back from Europe. We lived in Germany for a few years, and when we came back, we brought this thing with us. We drove all over Germany with this thing, went to the Nürburgring with it, so you know, I have some good memories and whatnot with it. So probably gonna hang on to this thing for quite some time. Did the Recaro LXs while we were over there. Did some other tweaks. For the most part, it's a pretty clean car. It is a base model. It's a Golf CL that came with a 1.6 carbureted motor in it. As you see now, we have a 16 valve ABF motor in it. We tore this thing down, fully rebuilt it. We actually drove to the Netherlands to pick this up from a guy who was racing them. He has a Mark III that he does some rally stuff with. As you see right now, it's not quite done yet, but this is our number 2 project behind the Shovelhead. We got it running the other day, so we'll got some things to tidy up before this thing goes on the road, but we'll try and keep you all in the loop on this. With the way diesel prices and whatnot are, daily driving the Cummins is not the most financially beneficial right now. So trying to get the Shovelhead going and trying to get this guy going so that you know, low relief at the pump, even though gas isn't much better these days. So yeah, that's a quick run through of our shop and some projects we have going on here. Try and keep you guys in the loop on what's going on. Probably not going to be a bunch of videos, mainly because, quite frankly, I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll figure this out together. Hope to see you guys soon. Take care.